In this video, I'm going to show you how you can work towards being a high value man. Now, being a high value man comes long before the money comes, so stay till the end so you don't miss any of the points. Okay, number one, this is a very key point and it's very simple to implement into your life. It's don't waste your time. Now, I'm going to give you an example. I see so many people go into this person's leaving do, that person's party, this person's son's party, and it's just a waste of time. Now, you got to look at yourself like this. If you were to be a high value man, what would that high value man be doing? Do you think that he would be going out on a Thursday night with some random geezer's party from work? No, you wouldn't. Think about it this way. If you go out on a Thursday night, you're going to lose that night if you drink, and you're going to feel like rubbish on the Friday, and then you're potentially ruining yourself for the weekend. So if you want to be a high value man, you don't want to be wasting your time going to random birthday parties. You should be working on something which is greater than you. You should have a project or a skill or anything that you should be working on. So next time you get invited to go to random birthday parties or go to a pub on a Wednesday night to watch a football game, which is going to have no benefit on your life, just have a think. Is this going to benefit my life? Is it going to make me richer? Is it going to improve me? Is it going to make me in better shape? If it's none of the above, then it's a no. Number two, this is so essential if you want to be a high value man. There's no way you're going to be high value without it, okay? And that is having a purpose or a vision. So you need to have this project that you're continuously working towards day in, day out. This needs to be your sole purpose of why you're alive. So for a man, it could be building a business, or it could be working towards being a professional athlete like a fighter or a football player. You need to have something that you want to wake up for every single day. Now, waking up and going to a 9-to-5 job doesn't feel purposeful for most people. Now, there is an exception. The caveat is if you're working towards being like a managing director, or you want to be the owner of the company one day and you're basically climbing the ladder and you are earning good money, then that's absolutely fine. You know, that can be your purpose. But for the majority of people who do work in average jobs, you need to have some sort of purpose that you're working towards every day. So you want to be able to want to wake up before work in the morning because you've got this massive project that you want to work towards, and you can't not wake up because you just want to work on that thing because you're so excited to build it. You need to find something. Now, for me, it took some time to find what I wanted to do. I first off started with drop shipping, e-commerce. I didn't see any results for 9 months. I stuck to it, and then I did make a lot of profit. But anyone in the drop shipping world knows that the product dies out and so does your store. But that's another story. But it did actually propel me to find my real purpose, which was making content about my life, experience I've been through in the past, and trying to help other people with what I've dealt with. So this is my purpose. I don't make any money from it. Not many people get to see what I put out there, but I feel that I'm making a difference and it gives me purpose and it gives me enjoyment. So you need to find something that you want to work towards. And if you want to be with an attractive woman, then if you've got a purpose, even if you're not making money from it now, even if you're not rich, if you've got this vision, this dream, people want to be a part of that. It's very inspiring and it's very exciting. So find your purpose. Number three is self-control. Now, as a man, it's our duty not to get ruled by emotions. And when I say emotions, I mean if we wake up in the morning and something bad happens, we can't let it ruin our day. You know, we still have to go to work, we still have to go to our job, we still have to do all the things that we're meant to do. Now, in the past, I used to drink a lot and I used to take a lot of drugs on the weekend. I was never an alcoholic, I was never a drug addict. It was still damaging my life. And the reason I would sometimes go out and drink is I would perhaps have a bad week in work, and then as soon as Friday would come around, I would go out on Friday, I would go out on Saturday, and sometimes even Sunday. And then I would go to work on Monday and I would feel horrendous until Wednesday. And because my week was so bad, I'd go back out on the Friday just because I had a bad week and I just wanted to forget about what had just happened. So I was ruled by emotion, and I was just constantly in this turmoil of just reacting to life and just letting life happen to me. So you need to control your emotions. If something bad happens, you still need to do what you need to do that day. Now, letting your emotions control you could be losing your temper. I've lost my temper in the past, and I've got into fights and I've got arrested, and it's affected me. You know, had I controlled myself at that time, then maybe I wouldn't have gone through some of the things that I've gone through. So if I had more emotional control, you know, these things wouldn't have happened to me. It could be if you're overweight. Some people, they have a bad day and they want to go home and they just want to sit in front of the TV, eat ice cream, eat junk food, because it just helps them forget about everything that's going on in their life. They're running away from something. So you need to confront the reasons why you are giving into these emotions, and you need to stop it in its tracks. A little tip for you: if you start feeling a certain way, just question yourself, why do I feel this way? Why am I letting this bother me? And you'll get to the root cause of it, and 9 times out of 10 you can actually stop it there in its tracks. Number 4 is being in shape. Now, think of a high value man, someone that you aspire to be. Are they in shape? I bet the chances are they definitely are. So you need to be in shape. So I would recommend that you go to the gym at least 3 to 5 times a week. You lift weights, you track your calories, you make sure you look good in clothes. Now, if you're someone who struggles to go to the gym, because some people, they just don't feel anything, they go to the gym and they dread going, they dread it when they're there, and when they leave, they never want to go back. The trick would be for you is to find something which doesn't feel like working out. So maybe you like playing football, maybe you like playing rugby, or maybe you could try jiu-jitsu, boxing, or kickboxing. Maybe finding somewhere where you're in a group setting, where you feel like you're all working together as a group. You can get a sort of enjoyment from that, where you don't feel like you're working out. So if you don't like going to the gym, I would suggest that maybe you try a martial art, or maybe you try dancing, maybe you try golf. But just try and find something which is going to keep you active and which is going to put you in good shape. And I always say your body is your resume. If you walk into a room, even if you're wearing a cheap t-shirt which fits you well and your biceps are sticking out, if you walk into that room, it just shows that you respect yourself. If you walk into a room and you're out of shape and you're not dressed very well, your clothes are hanging off you, or they don't fit you very well because you're overweight, people are going to look at you and they're going to think, if that guy doesn't respect himself, then why should I respect him? You walk into that room, you're jacked, you've got bicep veins, you look like you work out, people are going to be drawn to you. They're going to think, this guy really cares about himself, he's in good shape, I want to go and have a chat with him, I want to see how he got in shape, how can he fight like that? You know, people are going to be more drawn to you. So that's why staying in shape is so important. Okay, and the last point is a very one which is close to my heart. Don't chase anyone to be in your life. Now, this can be women or this can be friends. If you have to chase someone to be in your life, that technically means that they're trying to run away from you and you're chasing them. It's not a good start. You want to attract people into your life. You don't want to be chasing them. If you're chasing them, they're running away. Now, chasing a woman is a one-way ticket to hell. There's no way you should be chasing a woman. If you are a high-value man on your purpose with limited time, if you are a high-value man on his purpose, you wouldn't have time to be wasting chasing people and relationships. It just wouldn't happen. You'd be making the most out of every second out of the day, and you'd be in an abundance. You'd think, I don't need to chase this person. I've got this massive vision that I'm working for. I'm gonna get there. I don't need to persuade people to be in my life. So next time you think about chasing a woman, just don't do it. It's very unattractive. If you think of Daniel Craig and James Bond, if you think of your role model, a high value man, do you honestly think that he's chasing girls? Do you honestly think that he's picking up his phone and he's saying, I miss you, baby. I want to see you, baby. When are you going to come over next? They just don't do it. Most part, they forget to text back because they've got so many people chasing them. They don't need to be constantly pursuing women all the time. And even if you're not, and even if you haven't got women in your life, if you're working towards this monumental goal, like building a business or a personal brand or becoming a professional fighter, you're so dedicated to that task every single day. You want to be the best. You want to be the 1% in the world. There's no way that you're going to have time and energy left over to be chasing people. So don't chase women to be in your life. This is the bonus one. High value men are always updating their knowledge. So a little bit of advice for you is, if you are trying to achieve a goal, which you should be by now after this video, I would be looking at all the people who I aspire to be, who are doing what I want to do. I'd be going on YouTube, I'd finding their videos on YouTube, or if they haven't got them, I would be finding people who are in the same sort of niche as them, and I would just be studying them. I'd be studying the person I want to be like. I would be reverse engineering how they got to where they are, and I would be breaking it down into little steps, and I'd be following them little steps, setting mini goals along the way. Now, even better, if that person has got an autobiography, then you can read that for, say, 15 bucks, and you've got their whole journey in a book. You don't even have to read it, you can listen to it on audio. Biggest cheat code of all, you get to be inside the greatest minds of all time. I hope this video helped, and the next time you think you need to be rich to be a high value man, that's just not the case. If you put all these steps into place in this video, then eventually you will get to where you want to be. And along the way, on the journey, you'll look high value as well. If you're purpose driven and you're in shape and you're constantly learning, then you are a high value man.